Hello, once again, Jacob Felder here, continuing with the meditation series. If you have not seen my other videos, please back up a little bit. If you're on the Facebook page, um, just find the previous video. I'm going to be talking about focuses today, and focuses are what we use to keep the mind away from busy thought. The last video we did was on that exact same subject, but I've just got a few more items to add to it. Last time we talked about how seeing, hearing, feeling, taste, and smell can all lead you into the moment. Of course, these are the five senses. And right now we're thinking in terms of exterior stimuli to help capture the mind, so to speak, hold the mind still and in a focused manner. Today we're going to be moving on to the last three of the many possible options of focuses. And before we do that, before we do that, I want to do a quick refresher here on the board about what we're doing. Okay, in order to meditate, we need to keep the mind focused and away from busy thought, and we need to be able to relax the body and exercise awareness. So focus, relaxation, and awareness are always the three big ingredients that we're going to use for successful or an intentional meditation. Remember, beta represents the busy brain waves that are all well and good when we need them, but when it's time for them to slow down, calm down, if they don't, if the busy mind just won't stop, it creates stress. And what we try to do is move into a little bit slower brainwave frequency of being in the now, being in the here and now, and that's what we call alpha. And that is what is called alpha. In alpha, we can sit, walk, stand, run, just participate in our normal waking state. And let's see, and if we go a little further, we'll cross this line here into early sleep. This is the area of deep meditation. Okay, and when we do that, of course, we've got to be either lying down, propped up, or sitting. We can't be standing, the knees will buckle, and we don't want to be operating large machinery, right? Okay, so let's see, I'm going to turn this board around so that this will no longer be a distraction from today's topic, which again is the different possible focuses. Now, and I wanted to read this. Let's see, where is it? Here, glasses. Okay. A focus is anything simple and repetitive that you give the mind to do. Okay? Anything simple and repetitive that you give the mind to do or bring the mind back to every time it wanders. The purpose of a focus is to keep the mind anchored and away from busy thought. Kind of what I just said, right? The end goal of focusing is to reduce the mental/emotional activity of the mind. All right, let's see if there's anything else here. Okay, now, so as I said last time we got together, I think that was video 11. This should be video number 12. We talked about, seeing, hearing, feeling, excuse me, taste, smell, all these things. Just think of watching the sunset and just being in the moment with that beautiful sunset, listening to beautiful music and just getting caught up in that. Oh, a really good feeling, a nice hot shower, or maybe the ocean breeze. Taste, chocolate, or whatever your favorite food might be that just keeps you in the moment, in the now, in the wow, kind of. And the sense of smell. Yeah, think about so your favorite incense, the smell of a rose, just something that just it smells so beautiful, so delicious that the world stands still for a moment, okay? Or at least the world of our mind stands still. Okay, so today, today, what we're going to talk about is the other three possibilities to focus on. Thought. Okay, I know we're trying to get away from busy thinking, but the thought is what is one of the options, and it has to be a simple thought and a repetitive thought. Okay. Speech. All right. It could be, say, a favorite verse, a favorite scripture, a favorite line in one of your favorite songs, or just one of your favorite sayings that has meaning to you and that you can keep repeating out loud or silently. Okay, because back to thoughts with that. We think in pictures and we think in speech or in language. And then lastly, but certainly not leastly, actually mostly, the breath. Worldwide, the breath is the most common focus. All right. Now, so there we have it. We have see, hear, feel, taste, smell, thought, speech, the breath. These are all of our options for focuses but the important part is to find a focus that works for you, because not everybody wants to focus on the breath, okay? And not everybody, let's see what else. Not everybody else is going to be good at repeating a mantra or repeating a passage. Their mind's going to wander for some reason. So we're going to talk about, et cetera, et cetera. Also, these were mostly external, seeing something, hearing something. But when you can't get to the beach to see, hear, and feel the wonderful ambiance of the beach and the ocean, or you can't get to the lake or see the sunset, you're going to have to internalize these. Okay, so let's see. For example, you're at the office, you have a little bit of downtime, you want to focus, you want to meditate. Okay, you just want to slow the mind down a little bit. So what you're going to do, okay, here's what's this other, okay, veering from that for just a moment. Use your imagination. The sunset's not happening, you're in a building, but visually it's easy for you to be captivated. So visualize that sunset. All right, use your imagination to do that. The same thing with hearing. You might not have access to music at the time, but you can rehearse that hearing in your head, or that music in your head. Okay. Feel, you can kind of recreate, if you're very tactile oriented, you can recreate in your mind the feeling of being at the beach. Okay, so you get the idea. You have to use your imagination, all right, and be creative. Now the really wonderful thing about using your imagination and being creative. Let's go back to your favorite vacation. Oh, when you were a kid. Let's say when you were a kid, you used to love to go to the lake, and you enjoyed watching your grandfather sit there, and he seemed so peaceful and in the moment, sitting there fishing, and you could watch him watching the fishing line just all day long. because he was, hopefully he was such a cool man, you know. Well, my grandma, she had her own fishing boat, and I used to love to go fishing with her. You know, so you can visualize this. Okay, so grandma and grandpa is no longer with us. We're in the office, so we're nowhere close to the lake, and we can visualize that lake. We can even recreate some of the sounds, maybe some of the birds that we heard back then when we were kids, and we can visualize in the mind's eye that grandparent that was so near and dear to us to help us get away from the busy thoughts and into the simple thought. Okay, where are we? Okay. Um, so use your imagination, be creative, be experimental. Remember, not all, you know, one focus doesn't fit all. You got to be experimental. You got to figure out what works for you. You know, in order in order to find a good focus, and you got to and develop that a little bit. Oh, ha, wrong one. All right. be be experimental and be playful, okay? And be playful with it. Don't meditation doesn't have to always be so serious. It could be oh, I don't know, just imagining that you're flying through the air with 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 a flock of geese. Okay, kind of silly, but you're going to experiment with it. And my gosh, that that whole scenario, imagine scenario, might work for you to keep the mind from wandering to other things. Now, let's see, and I don't think I've already said this, so but I think you probably get the idea by now. Um, we are some folks are just more visual. They're more captivated by exterior visual events or happenings. Some people are more captivated by sounds, noises, music. Again, music. And some people are more tactile, more you got to imagine taste and smell. Those aren't very heavily used during meditation, but you can still create them if that kind of thing, if you want to chocolate, create that taste in your mouth. If it doesn't distract you, you want to run find that hidden piece of chocolate somewhere. um, and then again, thought, speech, and the breath. Some people are terribly bored with trying to focus on the breath. Other people, they go, wow, I never have just sat still and felt myself breathe before. But it's really very calming. And then that person, and it may be you, is the person that needs to develop breathing techniques, or really much more importantly, just focusing on the breath. Because it could be breathing techniques in a controlled manner that works for some people, or it could be just simply sitting and feeling the breath as it is. Okay, so let me do my check and recheck here. All my notes. Okay. So recap. All the possibilities for focuses are seeing, hearing, feeling, tasting, smelling, thoughts, speech, and the breath. A focus is what we do, is anything simple and repetitive that we give the mind to do to keep it away from busy thought. The purpose of a focus is to keep the mind anchored and away from busy thought. The end goal, the end results of a focus is to reduce the mental and emotional activity. Okay, I really do hope this helps. And I love questions. I love questions and comments on these videos. So please feel free if you have anything to add, or if you have any questions about what we've gone over today, or really any of the other videos, or just maybe something that wasn't mentioned, please let me know. I love hearing from people. I love hearing from you. And let's see, the next one, I'm not too sure what my next video is going to be about, so I'm not going to give you an upcoming update at this point. I'm hoping maybe I'll get a couple good questions, and that'll spur me to delve into another area of meditation. But you can count on another video coming up, because I love this. I love sharing, and I really, really, really love hearing from folks. Okay. Have a great day. And happy meditations.